Hi, this is John Molero with Kunes Hyundai of Sycamore. This is another episode of Kunes Cars Convo. Today we're going to interview Carlos Cruz, the co-founder of Charley Co. We're just going to be driving the 24 Hyundai Palisade. Well, today I'm here with Carlos. Carlos, thank you for doing this for me. This is actually real nice. Obviously, the reason why I select you is just because your story is obviously people want to hear it, and proud of what you've done for the community.
No, I appreciate you. Thank you.
No problem. So, Carlos, tell me a little bit about yourself.
As you know, Carlos Cruz. I was born and raised in South Chicago, so I'm actually a city boy. Born and raised out there. I went to the Marine Corps at age 18. I did almost 10 years in the Marine Corps.
Thank you for your service.
So I appreciate it. I got out, and then it took a little break, but then I decided to open my own boxing gym. I did box when I was a kid and some amateur fights. So I started doing that and started getting back into trying to see what I could do for the community. Obviously, because you're in the Marine Corps, you serve. So that was once I got medically retired. That aspect of serving, it's kind of like, you miss it. You don't know where you at.
Got it.
So the whole aspect of coaching in boxing was, I felt like it would help me mentally and emotionally to move forward, in this new chapter, not as Sergeant Cruz, as Carlos.
Got it. Something that you want to give back to the community, or maybe help?
Just serve, and it's kind of like serve without the uniform.
Got it. Oh, okay. Okay.
It's like giving back, and we ended up opening I ended up opening my own nonprofit boxing club, Charley Co. Boxing Club in Oswego, and it kind of slowly started taking its own course with it.
Understand.
Started with classes, then decided to start training. I didn't know at the time how to make fighters, so I didn't know what I was doing, because it's not like I came from another gym that mentored me. I went from fighting to serving, getting out, and then I'm gonna open my own boxing gym. I didn't know how to mold a fighter, but I figured it would be the same aspect as when I used to train Marines, in a way. I don't want to disrespect no Marines, but it was the same kind of mindset. You got to break them down and then mold them to what you want.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you a question.
Molding was the hardest part, though.
Yes, and when did you open the gym?
Opened in 2017.
Okay.
2017, I opened the gym. We've been October will be 7 years.
Oh wow. Okay.
Already.
And when you obviously decided to open the gym, what's your thoughts? What were going through your mind
when I was opening it?
Yeah.
Man, honestly, my thing is where are the people gonna come? I was like, how do I? Okay, I opened the gym. All right, where are they at? I think I went like a week and a half to 2 weeks. Nobody was there. It was like,
okay.
I was like, oh man, okay, where's everybody at? and it was like I was telling you earlier, I wasn't afraid to fail. When you do these things, I don't think you should even say failing if it doesn't work out, because you tried it out.
Got it.
Not so many people are willing to go in and say, you know what, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna try my own little career and be my own, I guess in a way, your own boss.
Okay.
I've never, I have a nonprofit, but I have the same mindset and same goals as if it was a business.
Got it.
Because I want to keep the gym running for years. I want to be successful. I want the boxing gym to be his own identity, not Carlos, Charley Co. and so like that, in case, you know, if I decide to retire from or step out from the boxing scene, Charley Cole still keeps moving forward.
Got it.
So I never want to. I want Charley Cole to be successful in his own way, and has his own backbone, not rely on me.
I mean, as a member, and what I seen throughout years is that obviously you do it to help the community. That's what's just like, to me, you do it to build your business, but you're giving the community something else. You're giving them your time, your efforts, and also you're helping people, because you know they're everybody, you know, go through struggles, but you're helping them get better confidence, get better at themselves. So tell me, what are you doing to train them? Like, especially mentally, what are you doing, and what are you doing it for? What's your purpose?
Well, look, like, it's very true. Like, honestly, like the most, man, I know it sounds a little cliche, but the most beautiful part about the whole thing is the transformation.
Okay.
Man, you see these kids sometimes come with low self-esteem.
Oh wow. Okay.
And sometimes they're a little bit you know, they're out of shape, and you know they like to wear big clothes. They like to hide behind a sweater, or they don't want to talk so much or expose themselves.
Of course.
Maybe it's a lack of anti-socialism. Like they just don't know how to articulate and have maintain a conversation. But man, you give them about 2-3 months, you start seeing the transformation. They start dressed different. They even spray some little cologne now, and they start looking a little more trimmed up. The confidence starts going up, and then they start learning how to articulate a little bit better. Like, good morning, you know, good morning, coach. Good morning, and they start giving everybody a greeting of the day, and things like that. So I like to see them. Me, ultimately, I like to see a kid, keep them out the street.
That's good.
You keep them out the street, but then you start seeing the confidence. And our gym is tough, man. I'm not gonna tell you. Because we live in Oswego.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
let's put it all out there. The environment in Oswego is not like South Chicago. My job is to bring that stress environment into the gym.
Yeah, of course.
But show them how to problem solve themselves around it, and how to deal with that kind of stress in a positive way. But I use boxing to kind of mold them to be good young men and young ladies, and be good men and women, because I have them all sorts of lives, ages,
Right.
you know,
Okay.
and ethnicities, you know. So
Right.
I try to bring a little bit of that stress factor in the gym, so they could be a little bit more, maybe a little bit more street savvy at times, you know.
Understand. Obviously, I seen it. And how many members you got right now? How many people that you've seen in 7 years?
Yeah. I think right now members with classes and training, because I run kids class, adult class, and then we got training. I think we're close to somewhere between 60 to 70.
Okay. Nice.
Somewhere around there, give and take.
And when, obviously, I'm sure like everybody has different goals. What do you do for them? And I'm sure as a coach, you put the highest goals for them they can ever see. How strict are you? Can you say that you are?
There's no expectations in my gym, and it's so funny that you asked this question, because I just finished telling the club this. Everybody in my gym is valuable.
You understand?
So if they compete or not compete, it doesn't matter. We still count on you, because the guys that do compete rely on you also for you to show up, because we work with you guys. One thing I will tell you about the gym itself, like in a training environment, they all know how to defend themselves.
Got it.
All of them. I got some kids that don't want to fight, and I'm like, oh my God, like I wish you just competed, because you could be so good. But I don't push them. The expectation, it is not to compete, even though it is a competition environment
Sport,
type of
correct.
gym. And the ultimate goal of a boxing club,
Right.
boxing gym, is to fight, is to compete. But we don't really base ourselves on that. And it's not just all or nothing with that. For me, our motto is earn your keep. So whatever you want out of it is what you're gonna get.
Right. Okay.
My goal is for them not to quit, but if they decide not to do boxing to pursue or keep coming into my boxing gym, I want them to be able to transition into something different and not just quit. I won't allow them just to quit. I want to build a confidence before they start heading out and adventure some other sport or other hobby, you know?
Right. And I seen, obviously, throughout 7 years, I seen transformations. I seen kids that were this small, now they're young adults, and they're going through a lot. And man, you've seen that transformation, and I loved it because, you know, you put the time and you do it because you care. But having said that, also as a member, like, you know, I look at some of the areas that has grown, you know, when we first started in a little gym, and then now we're a bigger gym, and like I said, you take care of every single person, and you know how you don't get tired. I mean, what's the secret for that?
It's not getting complacent. I think you learn that. For me, again, you'll probably hear me use a lot of Marine Corps going back, but in the Marine Corps, you know, we there's this motto say complacency kills.
Okay.
In other words, so I always want to build up. I always want to do better. I always want to give. If it's not me personally training the fighters, I want to make sure there's coaches in the gym, in the stable, that are able to provide that training or that service. Having said that, there's been so many coaches that have been in part of Charley company, you know, like Coach Octavio, Coach Rick. Coach Rick was with me. Rick Solano, he was with me for a long time. You know, he's a very good coach. I got right now I got Coach Enrique, my son. He's become a really great coach at the stable. I could Coach Damien. He does strength and conditioning, agility, but he's also great. He's boxed too. He's competed at the amateur level. And we got Coach Uzi that we brought him back in. He's a softball too, and he's competed. So we got coaches. I would not be able to do none of this if I didn't have their support.
Of course.
It's just not me. You know, the support from my family, the support from you as a member, you know, and I've trained your own kids.
Yes.
You know,
yes,
I've trained your own kids and the young men, and so it's a team effort. I know a lot of coaches say that, but I could generally tell you, none of this would be possible if I didn't have the support of my own family, the support of you guys as members, loyal,
yes,
faithful members, and the coaches. They I know I'm rough on them sometimes. I'm like, nope, this is the way I want, but we stuck to the plan. We stick as a team, and I think you could be a testimony to this. We kind of roll more as a family.
Yes, absolutely.
A lot of feels really tight like that, especially at the smaller gym.
No, absolutely.
And the smaller gym was so enclosed because, you know, I didn't know what I was really doing at the time. I was trying to figure it out. How do I stay active? Honestly, I got to maintain myself fit too.
Oh, okay.
You know, and I've always, I mean, you've seen me too. I lost some weight. I try to keep in shape. I'm working out because it's important for me to be able to. Sometimes I got to train 10 different guys in one day.
Yes.
And you can't do that when I'm out of shape.
You have to be in that good condition to
You gotta have
right?
something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you gotta have something. Yeah, definitely mentally. You gotta be.
Yes.
You gotta be fit mentally.
That's absolutely. I mean, I'm very grateful. I mean, like I said, I always call myself member number 3. Because I remember we opened the doors and we did it, and I did it myself.
I make sure at a regular gym.
Yes.
And I remember you said, "Hey man, when you open it, I'll be there." Man, you were one of the first ones.
I think
kept
I
your
always
word.
said I'm member number
Kept
3,
your word.
just because
You're one of the
love
OGs.
it.
You're one of the OGs.
I want to do it for me and then create that to my kids, and then my kids now they do it and they love it, you know. But I seen the growth on them too, like especially, you know, mentally, you know, like physically obviously is a good thing, and you know you're good in shape, but you know also has to be strong-minded, and that's how I see my kids now, that they're strong and they're, you know,
and
they're
they,
ready
and
for life.
they know how to protect themselves. They know how to defend themselves. God forbid something out there happens, but they know at least how to get out of that situation, or defend themselves to get out of this situation.
And like I always tell the kids, I mean, you know, the confidence level, then work on your confidence, and I think you helped them tremendously, especially my oldest son. You know, his confidence wasn't there, and I remember he was a kid, he was bullied.
Johnny.
Yes, he was getting bullied, and all of a sudden he you know, when he was 10, I mean, because, you know, we were in 7 years, and he was 10, he started going to your gym, and I seen the transformation in this kid, like, is unreal. And that's obviously why I'm always going to be grateful. You know, I seen that this is something that I'm very proud to see you helping him, something that me as a dad couldn't do it, that obviously he's my child and I love him no matter what, but I think you did something that you pushed him to the levels of that he never seen before, especially at a young age. Now he's almost an adult, he's 17, going still to the gym. He's definitely confident, and would have never happened if it was not because of you. And obviously that's what I'm very grateful, and I'm so glad that obviously we have you and our life, because the gym, that's what it means to me, like the family, that you do it for the community, you do it to help anybody that needs that help, right? So, and man, and I'm sure there's a lot of people come and go, but you definitely don't quit on them. You definitely help them through their struggles.
There's a kids class, you know, and mention no names. There's a kid that struggles a little. You know, he struggles a little, and I always tell this kid, sometimes he has good days, sometimes he's like, bro, and like, I'll test your patience. But one thing I always tell him, even every time he has a bad day at kids class, I always tell him, I'm not gonna quit on you. And if they see this, they know what I'm talking about. I'll never quit on that kid because I know how that feels, but also I generally tell the fighters this. I generally have a special love and care, a special healthy love for them. That I'm just not gonna quit. I'm stubborn like that with a lot of things. I'm hard-headed. I never quit. I never want to quit, and I'll push myself, but I'll never quit on the kid, because you never know if I'm that impact that would put them on the straight path, or push them, offset them from the path. And I never want to be that. One thing you didn't mention was you said, there's a couple things you couldn't do as a father, but I see it as we're a team.
You're correct.
So
That's
you're not the first that have actually said that to me. I've had it multiple times. You know, there's a lot of kids that have single parents, single moms.
Yeah, well, of course.
And I become more like a mentor to those young men.
Okay.
And I'm very, very, very careful. I'm very, very how do you say that? I'm aware of that. You know, and I always tell them, like, hey, I'm not here. Don't feel like I'm yelling and like I'm trying to be your dad or nothing. But you're a young man. You know, I was a young man at one point. You know, this is what you got to do. This you should move a certain way. You know, but I always tell every kid, don't ever be afraid to express the way you feel.
Correct.
You know, like we're Hispanic, so we have this. Sometimes we have this love. I think every man does.
Right.
Where you're supposed to tough it out. Yeah, there's certain things you tough it out, but don't ever be afraid to express yourself. That goes a long way.
Absolutely. And
And it's communication too.
that's
it's
it. That's
communication
the
too.
communication between, you as their coach, as there as a
Like my
guy.
fighters, like a lot of my fighters are, I say this so with a lot of love and I mean this sincerely. Like a lot of my fighters are nerds. They're good at school. They've never probably been in a fight ever,
Oh,
but they're all most of them are nationally ranked.
and
I already got 2 national champions. I got multi Golden Glove champions, but it's how we bring it in the gym.
right.
We build that switch, but and that's part of the transformation that you were talking about earlier.
Right.
It's like they become different in
Right.
good ways. In good ways.
I mean, I seen that you definitely do that a lot of one-on-one, and because you as a coach, as a mentor, you know what I mean. You're there, and and that's what people need sometimes, because when you go to a place where you don't know, and then you're gonna think you're gonna get yelled at, and you as their mentor first, like you were saying earlier, you break them down a little bit and then mold them and then build the confidence level. It's good that you do what you do, because to me, we need a lot on this world, a lot of people like you, and a lot of places there is willing to help. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
most of the time it's just business, but at the same time you want to do it for the individual. And I know that you are going bigger. I remember I was telling you earlier, like, we used to love when you used to take care of us in one-on-one every time, because
Yeah.
we had our session with our coach. It was our
Yeah.
time where we can express ourselves through the gloves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like our frustrations are and you did it, man. You did a great job, and I know there's many more years to come. You're doing such a wonderful work for them, and
Yeah. Now we're all over the country.
that's awesome.
We're about to go to New Mexico soon. I'm about to take off to Mexico.
Okay.
Because now I'm getting involved in the pro community now with the pro
Okay.
fighters. So yeah, things are evolved. Of course, sometimes it more and bigger. Sometimes, like I was telling you, sometimes it directs you. Sometimes your attention goes somewhere else for a moment. But I'm very aware of it. I always I don't try to brush it off. I always we have several talks. I always try to see how I could better the team, how I could provide more service, how I could build a club. We're not funded by the state or
Right.
the city or nothing. So we gotta figure out ways to provide and things like that. So it's there's a lot of good, but then sometimes you gotta put your thinking cap on and say, okay, so I do a lot of we all do a lot of good. We all are how do you say that? Unselfish.
Okay.
But we still gotta bills still gotta get paid.
Absolutely. No, I'm
So
obviously it is.
we always gotta figure out, all right, how do we keep this rolling?
Right. How do you keep the doors open,
Mhm.
regardless that you
That's very
oversee?
important.
Yeah.
It's very important because, there's a lot of times where I've had it where this lady came in one time, and she was like, I want to pay for 2 kids for 3 months. You pick whatever 3 you want, or 2, 3 kids, something like that it was. So I picked 3 kids that for the kids class, and she paid their monthly. So I picked the 3 kids that I thought that were struggling the most, financially, and I picked them. Like Evan.
That's awesome. So somebody did help.
Yeah.
For the 3 kids. That's awesome.
Once in a while, they come in and that's all they want. Evan, my pro fighter, just donated a headgear and a groin protector, and he's like, give this to the hardest working kid that you could think of.
Wow. So even like the members help to
Yeah.
build this. That's awesome. This.
I had one of my this young man named DJ. Shout out to DJ. Man, he donated some winning gloves. Winning is a expensive brand, and he's like, you know what? I seen this kid work really hard. I want him to have these.
Well,
So yeah, even amongst ourselves,
family, right?
yeah, like they see hard work, and they try to give right back to their own
Right.
family.
So
members.
obviously the guys' struggles. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That this is, they're go there for different struggles, man. It can be financial, mentally, and and the because you has built that way to the, through your fighters, they're willing to give, and that's actually a nice thing to hear. Obviously, since a lot of like I say, life is it's tough, but it's actually you listening at these stories, man, make you want to give to
we
community.
we try. The coaches always, they give the best efforts, and I know that all the coaches that have been through the gym, past and present, to be honest, they're handpicked. There's certain things that I see on a coach that I'm like, all right, maybe he's unexperienced, but he gels really well with them.
Right.
He knows how to communicate with these young kids. Sometimes better than me. Sometimes these kids, and it doesn't matter. Just like just like a parent, like I can't communicate with my son, but you did it. It doesn't matter because you got through him, and that's all I want for him to be able to connect.
Correct.
To wake up.
Well, different skills levels. It just doesn't mean like doing it in the one session of one. There's different ways you can get to a person, and somebody else will get that better than others. And I can understand that. Like I said, you got through my son something that I couldn't, and he will listen. And when Coach Carlos say he'll open his ears, and that's why to me it's important to have you around. So I'd love to have you around for as many more years to come.
And
so maybe
sometimes I tell them though. Sometimes I tell it might not be what you want to hear, man, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. He goes, it might not be what you really want to hear, but I would tell you, like, hey man, you're messing up, dude.
Yep.
Or hey man, good on you. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry about nobody else.
That's awesome.
I think a lot of these kids, all they really want is acceptance.
Yeah.
They want to, they want to see where they fit.
That
in.
is true. That is true.
Where they fit in, and especially teenagers, they don't know, like they don't know where they fit in, and sometimes they're trying to figure it out. As much as sometimes we think, what are you doing, man? You're not talking. You're not, go look for friends. They're trying to figure it out in their own way. Right. I think sometimes, for me, for example, as a parent, me, my kids, and I, we're not from the same cloth.
No, I understand.
I was raised different. I've been through a lot different things. Of course, the Marine Corps experiences, but I do understand that even here in how they grew up, they still struggle in their own way. And I can't discount because mine was different than theirs. It's a struggle is a struggle. They're going through it here and here,
right,
their own way, and I have to navigate myself to try to figure out what's going on. And same thing goes with the kids. And honestly, same thing goes 100 miles per hour inside the ring when they're fighting. I'm like, all right, what's going on here, man? All right, you're not moving today. You're
right,
flat-footed. Your speed is not there. So we got a minute once they're on the stool on their little break after
right,
the round's over. We need to figure it out.
Like I told you, man, I'm very grateful in everything that you have done for us, for my family, for the community, and I definitely wanted to thank you for giving us an opportunity, obviously, to know your story. I want to thank you, obviously, for what you do, and I cannot be more happy to meet a person like you. That, like I said, be part of my life grateful, and you know, you have a friend here, and I know I can always count with you. I like this because this is the story that, you know, the world can hear, and you know, just on different struggles, man.
No, yeah, I appreciate you. I really do, you know. And the feeling and the appreciation was mutual.
Thank you.
Mutual, man. Like we've been knowing each other more than 7 years actually,
Yes.
because we've been knowing each other, you know, before even the gym opened.
Right.
So I feel the same way. I feel the same way, man. I appreciate everything you've done for me,
No,
my
thank
family,
you.
and my son.
No,
You know,
absolutely.
like you take care of him, you know, tremendously, and you know, like, you know, for me, it's one of those things where it helps me to help others.
Got it. Definitely.
It's always been like that. You know, like it's always been said, like I'm a guy that's, you know, like I'm a man that's like I'm shared to everyone. You know, like I'm that guy that I'll get up and go like, hey, let's go.
Got it.
Like, hey, what do we need to like? I mean, I literally go drive 7 hours for one fight, a 3-minute
yeah.
fight.
That's good.
But I go out there because it's about the experience, and
I mean,
you know, is there any time, man? There's anything I can do for you, man?
I
you already
appreciate
know.
it. You definitely
You know, I'm there.
Same.
You know, this was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I know that this is the
The
story,
first one for me like this.
and
So,
I hope there's many more, and I hope it later is give us an opportunity to get back to maybe see what happened in a few months, in a few years. How's
Charley
how's
company
Charley
going,
go is doing, and what else can we talk about as far as obviously the growth and more good stories that people like to hear it. Again, I mean, I'm grateful. I want to thank you again. I know we're heading back now, but I want to do thank you, and I hope that you had a great time here too with
this
us.
was a blast.
You
It
know,
was fun.
you know.
And thank you for letting me share the story
Thank you.
of a little bit about me and about the gym, for the opportunity, for the
Absolutely.
exposure. Obviously, always thankful, always grateful, and thank you for doing this for the kids,
No, absolutely.
because this is not me, and this is my coaches, all my coaches that put in their time, and the kids.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Honestly, at the end of the day, you know, I tell them like, hey man, they're crazy. They're crazy because they listen to me. They're
Absolutely.
crazy enough to have me as their coach. But no, thank you again.
No problem, brother. Thank you.
appreciate
Again, this is another good episode of Kunes Car Combos, and you know, we want to wrap up this with saying thank you, Carlos. Enjoy your time. Keep growing.
Appreciate it.
Make it. Make the best of it. And till next time.